Hello again, guys. I placed an order the other day on Adorama for what appeared to be a really interesting deal. For a while now, and you're not going to be able to see it, I've been using the Blue Yeti microphone for all of my captures through my desktop, and that gets the job done. But I wanted something that had a little bit of soundproofing to it, and they had a deal for a bundle with the Technica AT2020 USB, which you can see here in front of me. I'm testing out a 2-camera setup also, which that's lots of fun. And there's also an Acoustic Shield that came along with it, so I'll be doing a separate video about that. But today I thought I would just open up, take a look at, give some audio samples from the Technica AT2020 USB. So here inside of the box, let's go ahead and open it up and see what we get. There are two different versions of the AT2020. There is, of course, this USB version as well as an XLR version. Obviously, this is the USB model. Once inside of the box, you're going to get loads and loads of documentation, registration card, a very decently nice carrying case with a USB cable inside of it. Seems to be very decently long. What appears to be a mount for the microphone. Pretty bad when I have to pop out the knife. And this adorable little tripod stand for it. Look at that. Now this is not a 1/4-20 tripod mount, but it should fit the microphone nicely. And this bag, definitely very nice. And the last thing in the box would be the microphone itself. And of course you can't do anything today without loads and loads of silica gel. Now taking a quick look at the microphone, over here on this side we have a microphone computer monitor. Looks like just a level meter. On this side, this is the headphone meter. So if you have a headphone plugged into it, which you can plug in over here on the other side, it does also say here back, just in case you're curious. But if you have headphones plugged in, you can always control how loud the sound goes to those with this little rocker dial. All around the top, you've got the condenser microphone section. On the bottom, you have your USB port. And from the looks of it, as I was saying earlier, this is the microphone stand. So you just sort of screw this into place on the bottom, get it to however you'd like it to be. Take your little tripod legs, screw them on, and there you have it. There is your assembled microphone. But at this point, let me go ahead and plug this into my computer and we'll get a good quality audio sample from it. Alright, and we are back. I've gone ahead and attached the Technica AT2020 to my desktop. Interesting little blue LED showed up here on the front, if you can see that. I'm definitely loving the construction of this thing so far. The stand leaves a little bit to be desired, but I would anticipate sticking this onto a mic stand or something as opposed to this little tripod stand. This is more for travel. And actually what I thought I should mention here is what I thought was a volume control for the mic. I read up on it in the manual. It's actually supposedly a mixer. You can go back and forth between the actual microphone sound and the things that are being played back. So if you're doing audio mixing between multiple tracks, that can supposedly be helpful for that. I don't know what software that actually works with, but for now I thought I'd go ahead and give you a quick back and forth. I'm using an Technica AT8024 microphone on top of my camera at this point, as well as this AT2020 in front of me. So right now you're hearing me through the AT8024, which is on camera, and now you're hearing me through the AT2020 USB Plus that is plugged into my desktop. Now back through the AT8024, now back through the AT2020. Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And I'm gonna hate editing that later. But I can see from the computer behind me that the waveforms are actually showing up. It doesn't look like they're showing up very, very much. There are some audio levels I can adjust in the computer, but it sounded very nice as it was with those teeny tiny waveforms, so I'm gonna leave it alone. And this is not gonna be a thorough, in-depth thing or anything. I just wanted to sort of unbox this and give you a little bit of a sample from it. I'm gonna do some more thorough testing, but just sort of initial impressions. I love the build quality. I actually kind of like the tiny little tripod stand. So far, I have liked the sound that I've seen out of this. There's one thing I think it's missing, and if you've ever seen the Blue Yeti microphone, you may know what I'm thinking of. It's that mute button. The mute button is a necessity when you're a person like myself. I tend to cough a lot, so when I'm in a conversation, when I'm making a video, anything like that, it's occasionally necessary that I have to hit a mute button. Normally you can find one in software, so it's not such a big deal. It would just be kind of nice to have. But I think that's going to be about all from me for today. I'll have to listen myself to see how the audio compares between the Technica on my camera and the Technica in front of me, because this could actually be a very viable setup for my everyday video making routine. This kind of setup with the camera and the microphone, because you can't actually see the microphone in the shot, as it were, might be interesting. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to hit the thumbs up button below this video if you like this video, subscribe to receive more videos when they become available, and we'll see you again next time.